let's go across to Sunny Gavaskar. And Sunny bhai, first up, all I want to know from you is, you've seen the 15 members that have been picked. Is it looking like the Indian team that is good enough to win a World Cup?
Oh, yes. I think this is a very good selection. This is a selection which has got very good depth in batting, top-class batting talent. You've got very good all-rounders. You've got a very good new ball attack, very, very good spin attack. So, and I think this team is a very good fielding outfit. I know yesterday against Nepal, they missed out on a few catches, but I think this is an absolutely top-class team. And I do hope that they will bring the trophy home.
Saima, the reason I asked you that question, because this is roughly the team that was selected for the Asia Cup, and whatever little we've seen of them, let's say the batting order collapse versus Pakistan, even a team like Nepal giving them quite a tough fight, looking at those two recent results that we've seen here, it still gives you a lot of confidence that there is still time for the World Cup and this team can get into that gear, into that groove that is required to win the World Cup?
Yes, in this game, you're going to have a little bit of ups and downs. So I don't think it is a problem. I was very impressed by the recovery effected by Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya after the top three batters hadn't contributed too many runs. Top four batters hadn't contributed too many runs. So I think that's a very encouraging sign that you have batters down the order. There's Jadeja at down the order at number 7 who can get you handy runs. There's Shardul Thakur. So yes, I think this is the game of cricket. So you're not always going to have the top order scoring loads of runs and the bowlers taking loads of wickets. But overall, the performance has been pretty good.
Saima, it's pretty clear that this Indian team management has a lot of faith on KL Rahul. That is why they were ready to wait for him till the 11th hour. On the eve of the announcement, they waited, he played those 2 games, and then they've announced him in the team. What have you seen on him, or if you could, from the outside tell us, what have you seen in KL Rahul, the wicket-keeper batter in ODI cricket, that has, garnered him this sort of support, this sort of confidence from the Indian captain, not just with Rohit Sharma, we saw that earlier with Virat Kohli as well. What are the abilities that he has, which he brings to the team, that is why captains tend to back him?
He's a proven performer. He's a proven performer with the bat. And when you have a proven performer, I think you allow proven performers just a little bit of leeway. That's exactly what has happened in this instance. Yes, it can be a bit worrying that he hasn't played any cricket. But now you've got he joins the team in Lanka now. And so he'll be able to get to play a few matches. And there you'll see his fitness. There are 3 one-day games against Australia in the 3rd week of September. So that again is a series where you can see how his fitness is. And then again, you can have a replacement in this in the World Cup. There's a technical committee probably headed by Saurav Ganguly. There'll be a technical committee which will assess the injury and say whether yes, the team can be given a replacement or not. So I don't think that should be an issue at all because he's a proven performer.
Okay, proven performer, he has been for the Indian team, especially in ODI cricket, has outstanding numbers batting at that number 5 position. But Saibhai, as you're saying that there is enough time now, there are games in the Asia Cup, there will be games versus Australia where you can really gauge his fitness levels, his form and so on and so forth. But how do you propose he gets into the 11? Because right now the talk is that Ishan Kishan doing so well in the West Indies tour, then again against Pakistan in that crucial game, he now becomes your number 1 wicketkeeper batter. So how do you ensure that the Indian team gets to see KL Rahul? Do you then make Ishan Kishan sit out and allow KL Rahul to play just to assess him? Or do you find another sort of some rotation policy to keep an eye on KL Rahul and his form and fitness?
Well, it could be a fight between Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul for the number 4 position there. While Ishan Kishan, with the kind of form that he's shown, stays in the team, he could stay in the team as a batter. Rahul can keep wickets. But I think if both Rahul and Ishan Kishan play, then it might actually be a good idea to have Ishan Kishan keep wickets because if Rahul has undergone some injuries with the leg where getting up and down might just be a little bit of an issue, it just makes sense, good cricketing sense to have Ishan Kishan keep wickets. But it could actually be a fight between Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul for the number 4 and 5 positions.
Okay, that's interesting. It could be a three-way battle. You can look at all three together and you'll have to accommodate two of them in the playing 11. That is something that the Indian team can do. Maybe even rotation policy in the Asia Cup to gauge how KL Rahul is doing, while also ensuring that Ishan Kishan bats, while also ensuring in certain games Shreyas Iyer is playing, because he's also coming back after a long-term injury. Saibhai, because we were talking about wicketkeeper batters, one player who is a massive fan favorite, we keep getting a lot of comments regarding him, people's favorite, his name is Sanju Samson, was the backup player here. He's missed out on the bus when it comes to the 15. What should, from his perspective, what should Sanju Samson continue to do so that he can bang the door down and make it to that squad? He's always been there and thereabouts, but never really made the squad when it comes to big tournaments. From his perspective, what should he focus on? What should he do to ensure that he could also be part of this Indian setup in the future?
Yeah, well, look, it's a squad of only 15. So only 15 can be chosen. So there will be players like Sanju Samson, Ashwin, you named earlier on, Chahal, who will consider themselves unlucky to have missed out. But because the team can only comprise of 15, I think you've got to take it on the chin and get down to performing more consistently, scoring many more runs, taking many more wickets, and so then become automatic picks in the team. I think that's the only way to go about it.
I just want to focus a little bit on India's fast bowling, Saibhai. Jasprit Bumrah has made a comeback from injury, but we haven't seen him play a 50-over game so far. We saw Mohammad Siraj a bit rusty in that game versus Nepal, did not get a chance to play in the game versus Pakistan before that. Mohammad, Shami is part of the squad. There is Shardul Thakur, which it seems like he will play because Rohit Sharma mentioned in this press conference that they're always looking for balance at number 8. He's going to play. But I was just looking at a few stats. He's barely bowled his full quota of 10 overs. Even yesterday, he bowled about 4 overs or so in India's bowling. Looking at the combined strength of India's fast bowling at the moment, does it give you confidence, or do you think they're a bit rusty? And if there is rust, that can be shaken off in the games ahead?
It's a very good new ball attack. I think comparable with the best in the game today. Bumrah, Shami, Mohammad Siraj, they all bring different problems to the batters, different way of bowling, different way of attacking, different lines of attack. So yes, I think it's a very good new ball attack, and I don't think there is need to worry. But yes, I think you're looking for the all-rounders in the team, and which is where Hardik Pandya and Shardul Thakur will probably share the fifth bowler's quota. So both of them will probably in the matches never bowl their full quota of overs, or maybe if one of the regular bowlers is being taken for runs, maybe they'll bowl a lot more overs. Maybe they'll bowl maybe 15 or 16 overs together. But it allows the skipper a lot more flexibility when you have all-rounders like Shardul Thakur and Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja in your side.
Because you're talking about that balance, Saibhai, looking at this 15 compared to all other teams where you've got batters till number 9, 10, and Rohit Sharma spoke about that in this press conference where he said that, you saw in that game versus Pakistan, we were about 10-15 runs short because, our lower order really doesn't bat, and, that can always make the difference between winning and losing. At the moment, you're trying to fit in at number 8, a Shardul, maybe Akshar will play at certain points. Looking at other teams, they've got batting till about 9-10. Just that balance as such. Has Indian team managed it? Is it looking good, or you think it is what it is? You've got these resources. You'll have to make do with what you've got.
I think it really depends on the top order batters. If this might be just the odd situation where you had the number 9, 10, 11 coming into bat, but maybe more often than not, with the kind of batting ability that this Indian team has, maybe numbers 9, 10, 11 will never get to bat up at all. And they might be, the top 6 and 7 will probably bat all the 50 overs. So I don't think it is something that India needs to worry about. If the top order doesn't score runs, then really it is not fair to expect numbers 9, 10, 11 to be scoring any runs.
All right, Saeem, my final question before I let you go. There is this raging debate at a national level between, what is a better name for our country, India or Bharat, and that debate is extended to cricket as well. Should it be the Indian cricket team or should you have Bharat written on India's jersey? If I was to ask you for your personal opinion, what would it be? Are you okay with India as it's been tradition, as it's happened for so long, as it's known globally, or do you also like the ring that Bharat has to it?
Well, the name, that's the original name, isn't it, Bharat? So that has a nice ring to it. But then it has to be done at all the official level, right from the government level to the BCCI level, for the team to be called Bharat. But then you've had changes. Burma, for example, is now called Myanmar. So I think the original name can come in. I don't see too much of a problem, but basically it has to come uh, in 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 everything, which starting from the government, etc. Which also means that this channel will be called Bharat Today.
Okay, Sani bhai, that is a real good one. That is a real good one. You've left me tongue tied. But I'll tell you what, I've been struggling also with this entire debate because people were asking me what time is the press conference here, and I didn't know whether to say Indian Standard Time 1:30 or Bharat Standard Time. Maybe a lot of things we'll have to get used to if that change does happen. But Sunny Gavaskar, thank you so much for taking our time speaking to India today.